Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Michi Makes Up. Today we're going to go over my Sephora recommendations for the upcoming spring VIB sale. This video is in collaboration with my friend here on YouTube, Tiffany Wu. Tiffany is going to, in her Sephora recommendations video, focus on skincare, and I am going to focus on makeup. I met Tiffany on YouTube and she does a lot of vlogs covering many different things like skincare, makeup, accessories, fashion, food. She does a lot of food type errands on her vlogs and they're wonderful. When I watch those videos of hers, I need to make sure I have a snack with me because I know I'm going to be hungry. So if you are a foodie, you're definitely going to enjoy her videos. She's based out of California, so there's a lot of specialty, artisanal restaurants or bakeries that she visits, and they just all look amazing. Just amazing. Like mochi donuts. I wish we had mochi donuts here, Yeah. Well, I'll have her information and a link to her Sephora video below. Please go check her out. She has such a nice kind of laid back vibe, and her video editing, her aesthetics are really excellent. I find it very inspiring and I enjoy watching her videos so much. And so I'm so happy to be doing this collaboration with her today. So thank you, Tiffany. And now going through the recommendations, I'll be talking about items grouped into their brands. At the very end, I'll also show you guys some items on my wish list. I like to try a new brand that I haven't tried before, and I hope to get some of those products through the VIB sale as well. The first brand I want to show you is Dior. Sephora has quite a bit of Dior makeup. Basically, I want to say most things you can purchase makeup-wise from Dior's website, at least their US website, you can also find at Sephora for the most part. And I'm going to recommend Dior's reformulated lipsticks. I have here 3 different finishes, and I recommend shade from any of these finishes that catches your fancy. So this is Pink Sakura in the satin finish, a very wearable, easy to wear pink shade. Then I have Tutu, which is in a metallic finish. It's not extremely shiny or reflective. It's just that little bit to give it a little bit something. It's not quite just a satin, it's not glossy either, but yeah, it has those little bits that are reflective, and I really like Tutu. Someone had recommended a red shade to me, also in metallic finish, and she said it was just gorgeous. I absolutely believe her because I think this is so unassuming, especially a shade like this, but when you kind of look closer, you're like, oh, there's a little something there. There's more than meets the eye. And then, of course, you guys have heard me talk about this. This is Icon in a velvet matte finish. Swatching it on my hand, or even like on this side so it closely or more closely mimics my lips texture, it just doesn't do it justice. But when I have this on, it's so dramatic, and it has to do with the shade combined with the texture itself. So I do recommend their velvet matte. It's not too drying, actually, the matte finish. And the times that I've worn this, I felt like I could get through a couple of hours without feeling I need to go reapply now, or I need to put on lip balm, take this off, and then reapply. So I do recommend the newly reformulated lipsticks. Next from Dior is going to be their Powder No Powder. I have the shade 1N here, Neutral. And this has a nice sheen to it, gives you a radiance. I don't have it on today because I have a highlighter that I wanted to talk about in this video, and I wanted to make sure you can see the highlighter. If you have this on, it does give you an overall boosted radiance, and if you apply highlighter on top of that, it's really pretty reflective. It still looks nice, so it just depends how radiant you want to look. on any given day. So I really enjoy this powder. This also has oil control. So if you are combination skin or combination oily to oily skin, this could still work for you. I've done an all-day wear test on this. I've also worn it multiple times, and I felt that it was fairly consistent. I would get probably 5-6 hours before I felt like I really need to now blot off the oil and do a little bit of touch-up. And then when we talk about Dior, how could we not talk about their quints? I still have the plastic cover on. I do love their quints, and I have a handful of them now. But this one is from their regular line. It's a color story they have kind of available throughout any season. But Dior does come out with limited editions for spring, summer, fall, holiday. I would look out for that if you're interested in the more exotic or limited edition colors. But if you're just looking to give their formulation a try, because this is also newly formulated. It launched summer or fall, late summer of last year, I believe, around that time. So it's still fairly new. If you've been eyeing it and thinking about it, this might be the time to get a color story that grabs your attention to give it a try. This here is denim, and one thing to note about these quints is they give some instructions on what shades you could use to get either a soft look or an intense look. And both of those options that are printed on the box of these quints, they only involve 3 shades. So it's never recommended, according to what's printed there, that you use all 5 shades. This was my experience with the quint. If I used all 5 shades, they kind of bleed and blend into each other, and they start to look very similar or the same. And I found with more usages, if I focused on a couple of shades, these 3 here, or maybe these here, you can do a cross, you could do like that. Your look would be more distinct, like you can tell you're using different shades. So that's my recommendation for some of their quints. Moving on to the next brand is Natasha Denona. I want to first get this one out of the way. This is her Lila palette. It's been around for several years now. She no longer has this palette listed on her website, so word is she may be discontinuing this. We're not sure, but it's not listed on her website, so there's a chance that they're going to be gone once they're sold out at other retailers. Sephora still has this. I think this palette sells pretty well for them. For how consistently they've had it, and they don't necessarily, put it on sale and then on sale again, which sometimes you do see with products they're trying to get rid of. So if you are into mauves, purples, pinky, this kind of color story, I do highly recommend Lila. Lila is my first Natasha Denona palette, and we've had a lot of great times together. All the looks you create from it tend to be soft glam, actually, because of these metallics here, but you can definitely go smoky deep purple with these shades, and especially mixing this with any of these to just immediately deepen that shade. The next full-size palette that I recommend from her is also a new palette, Circo Loco. This is just so beautiful. If you're into colorful eyeshadows and you demand quality, it's right there. It's all here. The shades go well, surprisingly, goes well together. When you look at this, it's not very intuitive to me. Sure, I can see maybe the pink working with some of these deeper shades here. I can use this kind of coppery orange shade and combine it with some of these orange mattes here. That would be an easy match. But you can kind of just be real creative, do different things, and you'll find some surprising combinations that are really easy to put together, but also just they turn out really beautifully. She also has a number of tutorials as well as marketing for this palette looks, and they're just gorgeous. You can follow along. I had a lot of fun doing that, but you can also create really easy daytime looks too with this palette. It's going to be more colorful, but you can use 1 or 2 shades and that could be a completed look. So I do recommend Circo Loco if you're into colorful eyeshadow palettes. When it comes to her mini eyeshadow palettes, I actually do recommend the 4 most recent ones. Her most recent release is the Mini Love Story, and then the one before that is Zendo. And let me hold up Mini Love and Zendo. They're really not that similar. I know I thought that maybe they're a little bit similar. They're quite different from each other, actually. The looks you get from Zendo are, I mean, they're pinky. There is like a pinky peachy undertone here, but the overall look is softer. This is much more intense. It is in line with this hot pink chrome packaging, the looks that you can get from this palette. So depending on your preference, softer or more intense and more pink, Mini Love is that palette for you. Then if we go even further back to last year, she also released the Mini Retro palette. I wish she would make a full size or a meaty palette of 15 shades inspired by this retro theme. I haven't gotten a chance to really create multiple looks with it. I tried it on once, but this, I think of all the mini palettes she released last year, is the most popular. So she had 3, and I do think this one was the most popular. So would love to see like a full palette from her of the retro theme, and I'd love to use this palette a few more times just to see what else I can do with it. And finally, probably my favorite mini palette from the past year plus is the Mini Glam. Between the full-size Glam palette and the Mini Glam, I actually choose the Mini Glam because the shades are just like a touch warmer, but the tones is something I can wear a lot easier than maybe a third of the shades on the Glam palette. So let me take out the Glam palette and show you. So this is the Glam palette, this is the Mini Glam. You can see, you know, these shades here can be pretty difficult to pull off for my skin tone. And you know, I'm sure others may have a similar experience or know that it would be difficult. This is still a really beautiful palette and very popular, but I think I prefer Mini Glam more. And I love the look I got out of this. It's so easy and effortless, but sophisticated still. For my last item, I have the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude lipsticks. I am so late to this. I tried this formula for the first time this year with the Mini Love Story collection release. This is in the shade Amorosa. She calls these her creamy mattes, and you know, I hear it, I see it, I was like, oh yeah, you know, creamy matte lipstick. Okay, I'm gonna go look at these Dior lipsticks. But it's exactly the name. They're comfortable because they're creamy, but they are matte. There is like a little bit of a reflective quality to it, or a little bit of a sheen because of how, you know, creamy and comfortable they are. But this is as close of a comfortable matte that you could get. And it's extremely pigmented. All the nude shades you could get from the collection, there's a number of shades for everybody, suitable for everybody. I have Sava on today, and it's so easy to wear. I was gonna go with something that had a bit more brown in it to go with the eye look, but no, I think this is fine because it's nude. It kind of just goes with a number of different things. I do recommend her I Need a Nude lipsticks. The next set of recommendations is from Viseart. I recommend any one of their new Etendu palettes. These two, Mincette and Violette, were released at the very end of last year, maybe the last week of December. If you're into purple eyeshadows, there's a palette for you. Beautiful. I love the new kind of packaging, the design they have for these palettes. So pretty. Mincette is a very warm color story. Beautiful as well. Gorgeous. And then their latest Etendu release is Paris Love Story. So cute. It is like a through and through spring palette. The pop of green right here. These are really beautiful metallics. They are a little bit softer, but when I went in, and the times that I've gone in to wear this, I always just, oh, it's so refreshing. Like the look is always just light, it's pretty. And with Viseart, it's easy. Great quality eyeshadows. This, compared to Mincette, is cooler. So this is like an in-between, you know, there's some cool shades and there's some warm shades, but it is neither really cool or really warm. It's kind of right in the middle. And I think this is a gorgeous palette. This pink here, it's like a peachy pink. You can wear that on your cheeks. This metallic green. Pop it into the center or onto the center of the lid or the inner corners. I wear it like that, really pretty. Or put it all over the lid, blend out, maybe add or use this brown as a liner. Yeah, you've got lots of options there. Next, I do want to recommend ABH's Iced Out Highlighter. I mentioned earlier that I didn't put on Dior's Powder No Powder because I want to show the highlighter. It is what I have on the high points around here. And so when I move, you do see kind of this golden reflection. It is a cool tone gold highlighter, basically. And I know some people look at that and say, wow, like it doesn't seem that wearable. And you know, I had the same thought initially too. I thought, oh, I'm just gonna wear this during the winter time because it's cooler. But so far, whatever makeup look I have, and I just want like some highlight on it, and I don't mind that it's golden in tone, it always works out because it's not overpowering. You can obviously add on layers to make it way more noticeable, but it's kind of just easy in itself. Like it has the impact to be very, very there and eye-catching, but it also could just kind of complement the rest of your look, give you like a touch of radiance, but doesn't give you, or doesn't add warmth. It just sits on top of your blush with a little bit of like golden sheen to it. I think it's really pretty. Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised by this. So I do recommend it if you're looking for something different for your highlighter collection, or you just want to try something different. I think I will be wearing this during the summer. I could see even with a deeper foundation color, this should still work with that. This next brand, I did debate a little bit whether I was going to include it because they're currently having a VIP sale on their website. It is Pat McGrath. If your purchase is less than $150, you get 25% off your entire order. If you're at $150 or more, you get 30% off. In the past, it seemed like the code or the sale worked on orders even if they weren't $150, so you might want to play with your card and see what you could get. So if you have a couple of things you want to get from Pat McGrath and the total kind of gets up there, you probably want to go to Pat McGrath to place your order. I'll have a link below to Pat McGrath for these items as well. But if you're looking for, you know, one item, two, and it doesn't quite get you there, Sephora might be a better choice because you get anywhere from 10 to 20% off depending on your level of membership. So I have in my hands the Liquid Lust lipsticks. I really do enjoy these. I haven't had a chance to put them on as much, but I just find them to be, they are what they're meant to be. Liquid matte lipsticks, decent stain power, and actually they stain quite a bit. So with this, as it dries and over time, it's gonna take a few, you know, scrubs to really get it off with makeup remover. So it does really stain. It's highly pigmented. And I wanted to include these two as a recommendation because they are the newer items that she released that is available on Sephora's website. The new highlighter that she released along with the Divine Rose 2 collection is actually not available. I'm not sure if it's sold out on Sephora and they might have it come back later, but the highlighter is not available, and that would have been my #1 recommendation actually from Pat McGrath. You can still get the highlighter from Pat McGrath's website though, so there's good news there. Next is the Divine Rose in chrome packaging. You can also get this palette in the chrome packaging at Sephora. Beautiful, love this palette. Also love this pink chrome. And then I also do recommend her Lip Divinal lipsticks. This is in Boudoir Rosé, and it's such a comfortable, hydrating formula. Ooh, I like this. I like how this looks. All these beautiful colors. Yes. So if anything catches your eye from the Lip Divinal line, you could also give these a try. I am interested in the shade Nude Venus, and I remember trying to get it in the fall, like last year, or maybe during the Black Friday sale, and that shade was sold out and it was kind of out of stock for some time. It's now back. You can get it at Sephora and also on Pat McGrath's website. And then finally, for their quads, my favorite is still the Blitz formulation. These really glittery shades. Still my favorite. And you can get Ritualistic Rose from their website, from Sephora, and I think it's still available on Pat McGrath as well. So those are my recommendations for Pat McGrath. And then we've kind of completed all of the, brand groupings. The next two items are just more like replenishing. These are things I use on the regular, so I will probably order an extra, a backup. The first item is going to be NARS's Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. I am wearing this, or actually I wear this every time I put on eyeshadow. I just gone through one, and the second one here does not have any color to it. And if you prefer something that actually has, it's actually tinted, those options are available as well. The other item I'll get a backup of is the Daily Brush Cleaner. This looks fairly natural to me. I am not an expert at ingredients and formulations, but it is fairly natural and it actually cleans brushes very quickly. It's not a deep clean, so a brush like this I've used a few times, like both sides. I could probably line it up to a point where it might look like this, for example. I could probably clean it so that it kind of gets to this point with that cleaner, and it's really nice for intermittent. For brushes, you probably don't even want to clean them, like deep clean them with water and soap too often to put stress on the brush itself, like the hairs and then the furl, like the glue that keeps us all together. So it's a good in-between deep cleaning, quick clean. And then for my wish list items, the brand I would like to try that I haven't tried before is Westman Atelier. It is a clean makeup brand that Sephora started carrying just pretty recently, so I'm excited. I would love to get their foundation stick. It's the Vital Skin Foundation Stick. These are all the formulations of their makeup is free from many, known perhaps toxic ingredients, and so the whole philosophy of the product and of the brand is that you can use these products without worrying, and it's all clean formulation. So I'd love to try the foundation, which is the Vital Skin Foundation Stick, and then I'd also love to try the blush, which is Baby Cheeks Blush Stick, and then as well as their Face Trace Contour Stick. So I'll have photos of these items above so you kind of have an idea of what I'm talking about. If you have tried Westman Atelier makeup or have experience, let me know below what are some of your favorite products of theirs. I'm definitely open to suggestions and want to see how much to purchase this time around. Maybe we're gonna do a Westman Atelier kind of full face or almost full face makeup video, depending on how the haul goes. Thank you guys for watching. There's so many spring sales happening. It's just that time of the year. Hopefully you found this video helpful in putting together your Sephora basket for the VIB event. As you leave here, please go check out my friend Tiffany Wu's video for some skincare recommendations. She has a really fantastic list. I will see you guys very soon. Bye.